What's up, guys? I'm Jim Ansel, this is Real Deal Outdoors, and in this episode we're talking about a product that could be a real game changer for some of you guys out there who like to deer hunt. Alright, so the product we're taking a look at in this video is called the Cellular, and it's from a company called Spypoint. Now what this little gadget does is it takes your low-tech trail cameras and it turns them into cellular cameras. Now that's going to give them the ability to send the photos right to your cell phone rather than you having to go out and pull the SD card to see what's going on. Now this could be particularly useful to somebody who doesn't want to go out in the woods and leave a bunch of scent and disturb the hunting area. You know, they'd rather receive those photos remotely instead of going out in the woods and creating a disturbance and possibly ruining your chances at killing a big buck. Now this is also cool if you live a long ways off from the deer woods. If you're a couple hours away, you're not able to get up there and do the scouting like you would like to be able to, this is going to be a great solution for you guys to not have to actually go all the way up to your property and pull the cards. That's going to be awesome. Now this will also be a great solution for some of you guys out there who are maybe looking at upgrading your cameras and getting cellular cameras. This is going to be a cheaper option for you guys. Now Spypoint claims that this is a universal adapter. It should work with just about every old school camera that's out there. And a little bit later in this video, we're going to take a look at how exactly this thing works, how it's able to interface with your old cameras, and then send those photos out to you remotely. Now this video is going to be more of an unboxing and just kind of an explanation rather than a review. I haven't had a chance to get this out yet and test it in the field. That's coming up really soon. I'm getting ready to put my trail cameras out there probably in the next couple of days. And once we get this thing figured out and I get some photos coming in, I'll let you guys know what I think about the product. But as for now, we're just doing kind of an overview. All right, so without further ado, let's crack into this box and see what we've got here. All right, guys, so this is the box that this thing comes in. It's called the Cellular V Universal Cellular Adapter, and it shows you on the side of the box here how they suggest that you configure this thing. You just strap it to the tree right along with your camera. All right, let's turn this bad boy over and see what we've got going on the back here. All right, it says universal compatibility, works with virtually any trail cam using a standard SD card. Up here at the top, it says cellular, 7 days free, unlimited photo transfer, fast LTE photo transmission, pre-activated SIM card included, device transmission configurable with the app. And over here on the other side, we got requires a micro SD card up to 32 gigs. Requires 8 AA batteries. Also says compatible with LIT10 battery pack, capable of providing up to twice the battery life of standard AA batteries, and it also has a 12-volt jack, and it comes with a 2-year warranty. All right, so let's crack this box open, and we'll see what we've got inside. Here we go. And this is the unit. This is what you get in the box. So you've got your unit right here. It's got an antenna and it's got a SD card adapter. And we're going to talk a little bit about that here in just a few. But let's take a look at the unit itself. Pop this bad boy out. And so yeah, guys, it's just a little box. It's not very big. And over here on this side, we've got the connection for the antenna. That's going to ensure that we get cell service. All right, guys, and then up here on the top, you've got your latch that you're going to pull to open up your battery compartment. Of course, inside your battery compartment, you're going to find your battery pack, and you're going to have an on-off switch. And when you turn that switch on, you've got some LED light indicators here that show you the signal strength and also the status of your device. So very simple looking operation. You've also got a micro SD card slot right here. And there's a little door right here, and when you open that up, it reveals the SIM card. And to release your battery pack, you've got a little latch right here that you pull back on, and when you do that, it releases the pack, and you can see I've already got some batteries preloaded in here. Now it does not come with the batteries. You're going to have to provide those yourself. And you'll also see that on the inside of the door here, there are some simple instructions. Insert micro SD card and 8 AA batteries. Power on the Cellular, 5-color LED flash, searching for signal. Number of solid colored lights indicates signal strength. Status light flashes for 30 seconds. All lights off means the Cellular is ready. Now, down here on the bottom of the unit, you're going to have your 12-volt DC adapter plug. If you're going to be using that with a battery or something out in the field. And then you've also got your plug for the CellLink SD card cable adapter. All right, what else is in the box? That is the main unit. Also, you're gonna have your antenna. Pretty nice heavy duty antenna you've got here. And of course, that's going to screw right onto the side of this thing. Very self-explanatory. Just screw the bad boy on and you're good to go. Next up, we have our SD cable adapter. All right, and this guy right here is what's gonna allow your CellLink to interface with your old camera and send those photos to you remotely. This is gonna plug right into the SD card slot of pretty much any old school trail cam, and that's what's gonna make life so much easier for you guys. Now, I will let you guys know, I watched a lot of reviews before I went and I bought this thing. There's a little quirk that people are talking about, a flaw in the design, and that is this piece right here. This is probably the weakest link of the unit. A lot of people are saying that what happens is you put this thing in, and because these cameras are designed to be water resistant or waterproof, there's not a lot of room between the door and the body, and it ends up pinching this thing and shorting it out. And you can buy another one of these from the Spypoint website. I think they said it's about 13 bucks plus shipping. So it's not real bad. However, you know, you would think that because this is kind of a design flaw that they would cover this under the 2-year warranty. I do not have any personal experience with their customer service, but a lot of people say they are not covering this. This is not something that they cover. They're not going to replace this for you. If it's broken, you're going to have to buy a new piece. So there are a lot of unhappy people regarding this piece right here and the fact that customer service is not covering this under the 2-year warranty. So that's something to be aware of before you guys go and buy this. But based on my research, this unit works as intended. It does a very good job of what it's supposed to do. This is the main issue that people are having, is it's with this SD card adapter. All right, and last but not least in the box, you get your strap. And of course, this is going to be for you to be able to attach this unit to the tree. Pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. And that is the contents of what comes in the CellLink package. Now, let me show you guys how this thing is set up. All right, so as we talked about earlier, on the bottom, you've got your port for the SD card adapter. And so what you do is you just plug that right into the port here, and it's got a waterproof cap on it to keep water from getting inside of the internals. All right, so you're gonna plug that in, you're gonna screw that down, and now you are ready to rock and roll. This is ready to be plugged into the trail cam. Now, the trail cam, what I've got over here are some very cheap Tasco trail cams from Walmart. These things run about 25 or 30 bucks a piece. And I will tell you guys, I know this is the CellLink video, but I do want to kind of let you guys know these little Tasco cameras are fantastic. I bought a couple of these a couple of seasons ago, and I left them out in the woods. I forgot that I had put them out there because they're so cheap that I wasn't even thinking about it. They sat out in the woods for 2 years. They went through extreme temperature fluctuations, super cold temperatures in the winter. I think the coldest that it usually gets around here is in the 10s, like 10, 12, 15 degrees. So it survived through that. It went through our hot summer. It has gone through Lord knows how many rainstorms. It's been through hurricanes, and it survived 2 years in the woods. The only issue that I found with it is that I had some battery corrosion, and that was no big deal. I pulled the battery tray out, cleaned it up, and put some new batteries in there. And look at this. Comes on like a champ, dude. It started right up, no problems. So these cameras right here, while they are cheap, you're not going to get the very best photo quality out of these cameras. But for the money, I'm very impressed with the durability of these cameras. I would absolutely recommend these if you're on a budget. Right, so anyway, back to the CellLink. What you're going to do is you're going to take, of course, your SD card adapter, and you're just going to insert it into the SD card slot on whatever camera that it is that you're using. And then you're going to have to kind of figure out where this cable is going to go. What's the best way for you to be able to position this cable so that you can close this door. Because as you can see, like I said, these things are made to be water resistant or waterproof. there's no room here for this door to close on this cord, and that's why a lot of people are experiencing the short, because these doors are so tight that it's just severing the wires inside of here. So if you have a camera like that you're not going to be able to run this through the door without it causing any issues, you might have to modify the casing on your camera. And that's probably what I'm going to do. I'm probably just going to take a file and make a very small area right here for this cord to kind of slide out of there. Now just keep in mind that when you do that, you could be damaging how waterproof or water resistant your product actually is. So that's something to keep in mind and think about when you're going and modifying this thing. Now another thing that I noticed, if you're not giving yourself any slack with this cord, you can pull that SD right out of there. Now usually these things click in and they lock, but even after you click this in, if you pull on that, it's going to slide right out. So that's something to think about when you're configuring this thing and setting it up. All right, so the next thing that you guys are probably asking is whether or not the service for this is free. Do you have to put this on some kind of special cell service or anything like that? The answer to that is no. You don't have to hook this up to any kind of special cell service. This works off of the cell towers in your area already. However, there are plans that you get for the number of photos that you want to be able to receive. So the most expensive plan that they have right now is $15 a month, and you get unlimited photos sent to your phone from the Cell Link. They've got a couple of other tiers that go as low as $5 a month, and they even have a free tier. But with the free tier, if you're on a very tight budget and you can't afford to have any kind of service, they will send you 100 photos a month from this thing. Now, any of you guys that have worked with trail cams for any period of time know that 100 photos is nothing. You're going to blow through that probably in a couple of days. So I do suggest that you bump it up and get some kind of service with this thing. I went ahead and I got the $15 plan. I mean, you don't have to pay for it all year if you don't want to. It's just for the amount of time that you're going to be doing your scouting and stuff like that. So definitely something to think about too. All right, you guys, so let's also talk a little bit about the Spypoint app. All right, so what you guys are going to do is you're actually going to register your camera on the Spypoint app. And once you do that and you turn the camera on, it's going to give you a little box in here that kind of gives you the status of everything going on with your camera. So you see you've got your cell signal here. It tells you got 90% signal. It tells you how much battery life you've got here, which is 100%. It goes all the way through. It gives you status, photos, plans, settings, tells you about your plan over here if you're on a plan. It's a very useful little app. There's a lot of good information on here about your camera, and of course this is how you're going to access your photos. Now again, I haven't had a chance to try this thing out in the field, so I don't know how well everything is going to work. Now once I get all that figured out, I'll come back here and I'll do a proper review for you all, and I'll tell you what I think about the app, I'll tell you what I think about the product, how everything works, about the photo quality, the whole nine. That's going to be in an upcoming video, but it'll probably be after the deer season is over. There's about a month left, and I'm going to have those cameras in the field for the rest of the season. But anyway, there's also some stuff down here on the bottom menu. You've got a little tab for photos. You've got a tab here for maps, and it's GPS, pinpoints where you're at. It's got a weather app in here that tells you the weather for the day and gives you a forecast and all of that. So very useful little app. Well, all right, y'all, that is the Cell Link from Spypoint. That's the product in a nutshell. Like I said, I haven't taken it out in the field and tested it out yet. I'm getting ready to hang my trail cams up probably in the next couple of days. So once I figure this thing out, once I see how it works in the field, once I've kind of put it through its paces and felt everything out, I will come back and I'll let you guys know what I think about the product, and we'll do a proper review of this thing. But based on the reviews that I've already watched online, I wouldn't have any problem recommending this to you guys. If you're somebody who's on a budget and you want to have some cell cams out in the woods, this is a great option. Just, buy this and piggyback it off of what you've already got. That's going to be a real economic solution for you guys. So hey, listen, if you enjoyed the video, please make sure you hit that thumbs up button for me. Helps me out a ton with YouTube. Also, make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel. Then head down there, hit that little notification bell next to the subscribe button. That's going to allow you guys to know anytime that I release new content. Also, please drop down, leave your comments in the comments section. I love talking with you guys. If you're an avid deer hunter and you've got any kind of advice for me, I'd really appreciate it. You know, like I said in a previous video, I've been hunting literally since I was like 5 or 6 years old. But I've always hunted my grandpa's property, and my granddad always did all the management and the preparation and the scouting and all that. I just kind of show up, jump in the tree, and kill a deer. You know, so a lot of the property management stuff, a lot of the scouting and all that, that's new territory for me. So any advice you guys could give, I would really appreciate. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Merry Christmas to all y'all, and I'll see you in the next one.